What happened here?
A man who lost his penis due to severe blood.
He lost his penis. He's like, traveling and he left one in a train or something like that. What is it?
Found.
Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm Karen Lee Potter.
That's my mother.
And that's my son.
We chat about sex on a weekly basis and all the things you typically don't talk about with a parent.
We like to make the most uncomfortable conversations comfortable.
So strap in,
strap on,
and enjoy the ride. Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm Karen Lee Potter.
And we are chatting about sex on a weekly basis to remind everyone that life is too short not to talk about these uncomfortable topics.
That's exactly why we do it.
And if you get the chance to be with a parent, spend time with them.
Because, Mother's Day is just around the corner.
That is. Happy Mother's Day. At this point, Mother's Day has passed.
Mother's Day has already passed.
At this point, you probably spent your Sunday with the family.
Getting drunk as a skunk.
Dancing around.
It's my favorite holiday.
Yeah,
someone asked me that. I did a live stream and they said, what's your favorite holiday? I said Mother's Day.
Better than your birthday.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Can't figure out.
We'll do a little recap of Mother's Day next week.
Okay.
In the meantime, you chose the question of the week this week.
I know, and I'll explain why when we get to why. I guess we're here.
We're here. Let's dive into Lube It Up, presented by
UberLube.
UberLube to save the day.
UberLube is our favorite lube.
Our favorite high-grade silicone lube,
which is great for oral, anal, and vaginal.
They lubricate our cocks, our vulvas, and now our conversation.
And today's conversation topic was brought to you by me.
Yeah, what was the question of the week, Mother?
Have you ever been cock or clit blocked by an animal or human? If so, how did it go down?
An animal or human?
And coming from personal experience, I'll save you the gory details, but let's just say I got cock blocked or clit blocked. Or clam jammed is one of our sneaky freaks.
Clam jammed.
Our sneaky freaks called it a clam jam. By my multi-poo buddy.
What happened with the butt stir?
He needs to be involved in every aspect of our lives if we are on the bed together. And it is very annoying to try to do anything remotely physical.
Oh, God.
Because Buddy will get his nose right in the middle of everything.
He has to be on the bed with you guys when you're hooking up?
You put him on the ground, he starts barking. You put him outside the door, he starts scratching and barking. You put him on the edge of the bed, and he decides he's going to lick whatever parts are available.
Oh, my God. So you have to have him in the bed with you?
In the bed.
Why?
With Deez, who's 6'2", and no matter where he is, Buddy's going to be licking something.
Has Buddy ever licked his cock?
I think he tried to get his balls, and that really put a damper on our mood.
Oh, my God.
It is not fun to have a puppy when you're trying to have any kind of...
Why didn't you put him in the fucking cage?
He doesn't go in the cage anymore. He stopped going in the cage
Maybe
after...
he should go in the cage.
He'll just start barking incessantly.
Who cares?
You don't want to... Because he shouldn't feel like alienated.
What?
Well, let me just say that I asked our community of sneaky freaks if they've ever been cock blocked or whatever, clam jammed. And a lot of them talked about similar experiences with their dogs. But I wanted to know if you've ever experienced any kind of situation like a little buddy situation.
Like cock or clit block by an animal
or clam
human.
jammed.
I don't have an animal, so I haven't had that experience.
Yeah, but you've been to other people's homes that have had animals, I'm sure.
No, I honestly, I've never had that experience.
What would you do if you were about to have sex and someone brought out an armadillo or some weird animal?
What? An armadillo?
Or a hedgehog.
The fuck?
I meant a hedgehog.
A hedgehog?
Same kind of thing.
What do you mean they bring it out?
Yeah, can you imagine
We're hooking up, suddenly they're like, hey,
yeah,
check
out my hedgehog.
They have a hedgehog in the bed?
Yeah,
you're talking about our sneaky freak Annie who has a hedgehog?
I was thinking about her. Other sneaky freaks have animals like
possum. We have an incredible crew. If you're just listening, we have an incredible crew of listeners called the Sneaky Freaks. We have a monthly Patreon call with them.
And if you want to join us, you can do that.
Yeah, we're having one coming up. Actually, if you're listening to it today, the day that it comes out, we'll have a Patreon party tomorrow. You should join us because you'll observe that every sneaky freak
has a weird exotic animal or two.
It's fucking unbelievable.
But if you want to join, you go to patreon.com/sextalkwithmymom.
Okay.
And join us.
All right. Mom.
So anyway, yeah, what would you do if someone brought out some weird ass animal? What would you do if all of a sudden you notice that there was a snake in the corner of the room or something?
No, I'm not going to fucking fuck with a snake there. Absolutely not. I do have big windows in my apartment. And so it is, and I face a mountain, and there's always some concern that someone is peeping in from when I keep the windows and blinds open.
I thought you're on one of the upper floors.
I am.
So how the hell is someone going to peep in?
There are people walking around at night, and there's some sketchy shit going on.
Or they can look up and see inside. Well, why don't you just close your drapes?
I don't want to. So
Okay.
So I don't know if that's cock or clit block. I just let it happen.
You're just blocked.
Yeah.
Okay. But
I don't love my response to this, but let's go to the Sneaky Freaks response.
Yeah, your response was less than ideal.
Well, I don't have the experience you do, Mother.
Thank God. You're free to do whatever you want to do.
I'm a free man. The dick flies.
You can't do that when you got a little multipoo barking the shit out of it.
I got one that said, we'll just call this person H. H says, if I let my 80-pound dog into the bedroom when intimate time is going down, my BF is getting humped from behind if he's on top, and I'm getting humped from behind if I'm on top. So no dogs in the bedroom.
Well, apparently they're better dog trainer than me.
But Buddy doesn't actually try to hump you.
I was once with a guy when we had my 2 dogs, and he would not have sex with me because he was like so terrified of dogs. And I'm like, why? because one time he did get into it with another girl, and the dog attacked him.
You get bit?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Why?
Because the next time you're with
I don't give a fuck
because
about
the animals, they don't know, like, if you're like playing around. Sometimes sex can be, quite, alarming to animals.
I think I could get cock blocked from a cat, actually, easily.
You have a terrible allergic reaction. And then the cats sometimes jump on you when you wouldn't like that.
I don't like that.
Well, this guy,
cats are out.
I got someone named Aaron who said, trust me, having 3 kids will cock block you on the regular.
Allison says, every day our cats are too cute to kick out. So they let them just frolic.
Well, I've noticed that when reading these, okay, this one I don't get. Jack said, my sexual bucket list: first have sex with my mom, sister, aunt, hairdo, regarding everything, facials, and cream pie. That's a direct response to what prompt?
That person wants to fuck. Can you repeat that?
My sexual bucket list: first have sex with my mom, sister, aunt, hardcore, everything, facials, cream pie.
That's a really nice response to this question.
Yes.
I'm really grateful that you responded that way. We needed to hear that.
Okay. I don't know what Brian is saying here, but he said, almost every time I try publicly, he gets cock blocked. So maybe don't do public displays of sex and you will not be cock blocked, Brian.
That's a good point. Justin says, oh, God, yes.
Oh, God,
By
yes.
humans, it's kind of a regular thing, I think, given the Mad Max wasteland that I live in. What does that? Where's Justin living? What is he in the fucking middle of the Arizona desert? But the true cherry on top of the cake was that I got cock blocked by a mute dog in the middle of losing my virginity. That's a longer, more hilarious story. I'd be happy to email to you. P.S. Girls don't get clit blocked; they get clam jammed.
That's the guy who coined
Justin.
that. Justin, thank you.
Thank you for that. But what's going on with a mute dog cock blocking in the middle of losing the virginity?
I don't understand that. A mute dog.
A mute dog is a dog who's clearly not barking.
I actually wouldn't mind if Buddy was mute at certain times.
Yeah, it seems like it wouldn't cock block you,
Yeah. Although, no, if they start licking, it doesn't matter if they're speaking or not.
Right. But it's a funny...
Oh, this is a good story from Chris. Oh, for sure. Quite a few times. The dog we had absolutely hated when me and my wife had sex. He would run back and forth around the bed, barking as loud as he could. A few times the neighbor would ask us the next day if everything was okay because the dog was going crazy. Our neighbors were awesome, though. They were in their late 50s, early 60s, but once we got to know them, we actually played sex games together.
What?
Thank you for sharing this.
What?
All right.
Wow.
All right. There's a whole other
it
part
really
to this,
opened a whole can of worms. The dog in this case was not a cock or clit block.
No, he was actually a stimulator.
A stimulant. I like that.
Okay.
Jay says, nothing quite like seeing a bird laying there twitching when the deed is done. Fucking thing flew into the window, killing the mood and itself.
Oh, I did not expect that one. So he's having sex and all of a sudden, bam, a bird flies into the window.
Pigeon right in the window.
Can you imagine if that happened to you?
Unbelievable.
Now, mind you, your father was terrified of birds. That would just do it for him.
I mean, maybe he'd be turned on by the fact that there was a dead bird there.
He probably would never have sex again.
Colette says, I'm currently hiking the Appalachian Trail, a 2,000-mile hike that goes from Georgia to Maine. And one night, a family graciously took some of us hikers into their home for the night. There's been a bit of romance happening between me and a fellow hiker, to give some background. Ooh. Anyway, it was late at night and dark, and I couldn't really see. But while me and my friend were getting things on, mind you, in a stranger's home and bed, I start to hear purring, and then I feel a cat head rub against my head. I had no idea there were cats in this house. I'm not sure if this is wrong or not, but we didn't let the cat stop us. By the way, I love listening to your pod while hiking. I laugh all the way up the mountains.
Wonderful.
Unbelievable, Colette. I would freak out. You have no clue how fast I'd be out of the fucking bed if a cat's head touched my head during sex.
Why? Your sister would love it. Your sister probably she's such a cat person that she probably would love it if the cat would get involved.
I would be out of the fucking room.
I think animals become very territorial when they think that they don't really know the difference between, when I had the Mastiff, sometimes your dad would play around with me, not even having sex, and the Mastiff was Tootsie was very protective.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, she would start growling at him.
Oh, wow.
They don't really know what sex is versus really physical abuse. Yeah.
Wow. Natalie says, the first time I brought my girlfriend over to my house a few months ago, my parents were having a small party with their friends. I had no intention of her meeting everyone that night. She was my first girlfriend, and I was nervous about her meeting my parents. I honestly just wanted to get her up to my room so she could eat me out. Well, we walk in, and she immediately heads to the kitchen, where everyone is being loud. I awkwardly introduce her to my parents and their guests, and she strikes up a conversation with my dad's best friend. I kept saying things like, all right, we're going to head up now, but he was drunk and just kept talking. She was a little drunk at this point too, so they were really vibing. It turned out to be a really moving and sweet conversation, and they both opened up about their struggles with mental health, and he told her that he was proud of her, which I think she really needed to hear. It was super sweet, but I still just really wanted to come and not have to deal with my dad intentionally ignoring us because he was realizing that she wasn't just my friend. Finally, they parted ways, and I got her upstairs and had a great night with her. Was fully satisfied by the time I drove her home in the morning, but damn, did it take some patience to get there, LMAO. So this is a human clip blocking.
Black. Yeah. I didn't want to add any human stories.
All right. Do you want to take that one out?
No, I'm saying that's the only human story that, other than just my kids. Kids are very big cock blockers, by the way.
I keep hearing about this. It does not make me want to get married or have children.
They are so annoying. You were annoying.
What do you mean I was annoying?
I mean, I'd be on vacation and we're all in one room and your dad started to get a little cozy with me and then you had to wake up and say, what's going on?
I don't like that you were fucking in the room while I was there.
You were a little boy.
No respect.
You didn't know the difference.
I asked for a tiny little bit of respect. I don't need to hear that shit.
Like I said, you were a little clam jammer.
I was a clam jam. All right. We got Captain Megan here who says, I used to have this fluffy Himalayan cat named Marshmallow. When I was about 18 years old, Marshmallow made a point of sleeping in my bed every night, specifically on me. She'd always knead my chest too, which freaking hurt, and I couldn't get her to break the habit. One night, I was getting hot and heavy with my boyfriend at the time. We were naked on my bed. I was on the bottom. We were in missionary, rounding third base, and Marshmallow decides it's bedtime. She gets right in between us and falls she falls asleep right on my chest like nothing was happening. We both burst out in laughter and had to stop. Hilarious.
You know, these animals are lucky we don't kick them off the bat. Like literally, I was so annoyed by that dog Buddy. Just wouldn't let us do anything, not even giving each other a massage. He had to come right in the middle of everything and get involved.
We'll end with Raylene. How about that?
Okay.
Raylene says, my pup is very protective of me, and we cannot have spicy time while she is in the room because
spicy time?
She will get up on the bed and bark at my husband. It's never stopped us, lol. We just have to take an intermission to escort her out of the room.
I would like to escort Buddy out of the room. I just don't. If Sneaky Freaks have any idea to how to escort a dog out of the room, let me know.
Escort that motherfucker out of there.
And then he'll just scratch the shit out of the door.
I don't know. I maybe get rid of the dog.
That's very, very loving of you. That's your nephew.
I could see myself getting very impatient if I were hooking up with someone with a dog or a cat.
Oh, what would you do?
Or any other animal. Because, sex is a very sacred thing.
I don't even think you're that much of an animal lover usually.
What?
Well, I know you love Buddy.
I love animals.
Okay, but not cats.
You know, you're making me out to be this real cat hater. And I'm not a cat hater.
You just said you'd be out the door if a cat licked you on the head.
I'm in the middle of the night. I feel a random head on my head.
Yeah.
No.
Well, why?
No, I told you, it freaks the fuck out of me.
So, Cam, that was our episode of Lube It Up.
Lube It Up, presented by UberLube. What do you like?
UberLube to save the day.
What do you like about UberLube, Mother?
There are so many things. I don't even know where to start, but not the least of which, it's odorless, tasteless. It's not sticky. It's not smelly. It just glides on just a little bit and goes a long way. And it's just a perfect lube. And I really am glad it came into my life.
Oh, she's getting emotional about this.
Emotional about it. I was thinking about that today because I had to go or I was going to the gym and I put a little UberLube down there so they didn't get any chafing.
It is one of my favorite sponsors that we have. And they have been longtime sponsors. And, you know, sometimes you listen to the show and you're like, does this really work? But truly,
it works.
We've given this to friends. We've had listeners text in about it. The people who use UberLube are huge fans of UberLube.
Diehard UberLubers.
If you are going to use a lube, this is the one we recommend. It's high-grade silicone lubricant made with a little vitamin E that leaves a nice velvety finish. It's very friendly to your pH balance, and dermatologists actually recommend it.
And you know what? For people that are of the perimenopausal age and up, it really helps with vaginal dryness.
And for those who are not yet there, it helps with just making wetter is better.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want 10% off and free shipping, go to uberlube.com and enter code MOM. UberLube.com and enter code MOM.
And let us know how you like it.
Thank you for sponsoring Lube It Up, UberLube.
Using my hands too. But then when I put my mouth on your clit.
Okay, what are you listening to over here? What's going on?
Quiet.
What's happening?
You interrupted Theo. He's using a blindfold.
What is Theo?
Theo is my man that I'm envisioning. You want me to fantasize, don't you?
Oh my fucking God. You're using Dipsea Stories.
How did you guess?
Dipsea Stories is an app full of short, sexy audio stories.
Such as Theo, the blindfolded guy.
Designed to turn you on. If you like horny-ass stuff.
And who doesn't?
Dipsea is the app for you.
They have hundreds of short, sexy audio stories designed by women for women. I love the fact that you can find stories about anything that your wildest imagination will take you.
I bet you could find a glory hole situation on this
I
app.
bet I have, as a matter of fact. And they even have stories designed specifically for your zodiac sign, which you know I like.
Yes, and you'll never get bored because new content is released every week. So in between listening to your favorite stories again and again, you can always find something new to explore. If you're trying to spice up your own masturbation, if you're with a partner, you want to get in the mood, Dipsea is a wonderful way to do that.
And I could tell you from personal experience, it works.
For listeners of the show, Dipsea is offering an extended 30-day free trial when you go to dipseastories.com/mom. That's 30 days of full access for free when you go to dipseastories.com/mom, dipseastories.com/mom. You'll get all horned up.
Cam, what's been happening in your life?
Well,
You seem a little stressed.
why?
I don't know. You seem a little stressed today, so I'm imagining things are going cuckoo in your life.
What the fuck is that kind of
know.
tee up?
I'm teeing you up here.
I was going to talk about the fact that I was inspired by, remember that homeless person came up to me, or the person experiencing homelessness came up to me, asked me for money, and said, he goes, "Hey, Johnny Depp, you got any money?" Remember that?
Why do people always say shit like that to you? Like one guy asked you for peanuts on the L and he asked you for money. You gave him some peanuts and he threw it at you.
Pistachios. They were expensive pistachios.
You were very insulted by that. Why do people feel like they could diss you like that? Why are they dissing you?
Anyway, so I took this to heart and I went to get a haircut. And
you took the fact that he called you Johnny Depp to heart.
Yes. I said, maybe I'll run with this. And so then I bring in a picture of Johnny Depp to the haircutter, which was not great timing.
No, it's
given
not.
That this fucking week, he's in fucking court the whole time.
That's all I've been hearing is Johnny Depp for
Johnny
two
Depp,
weeks
my
already.
Ass. Well, anyway, I got a haircut similar to him because of that.
I think it looks nice.
And then I decided to do the whole shave the goatee because of it.
Yeah, it looks much cleaner
You think it looks cleaner?
than before when you had little patches of like.
What are you just like? You're making up that like. I look like I'm going to Michael's Crafts and putting like little fucking cotton balls on my face or something like that.
It looks better than that.
The fuck? It was better than that for sure.
No, it's nice and clean now. You got a little like what's that called with the little.
You don't think this
what's that
makes me
called?
look a little
Like Lin-Manuel?
what? That was not where I was fucking going.
He has
with
the
that
same
shit.
goatee thing that you were.
I'm shaving it
sporting.
off immediately. I'm shaving this off immediately when I get home. I can't believe you just said that. That
No,
is
you
horrible.
look totally different than Lynn.
Last night, I'm sitting on the couch, and I'm fucking swiping away, and you go, I think you're addicted to the apps.
I think you are the dating apps.
Yeah. Well, I look over at you, and your head's down in TikTok.
Well, I'm addicted.
You didn't even look up to tell me you're addicted to the dating apps.
I'm addicted to TikTok.
Yeah. So
I'm
there's no
addicted to
judgment
the
over
talk.
here.
I'm not. I'm just stating a fact. Who's judging? Who's judging?
I'm a little addicted to the dating apps.
Yeah, what's going on with that? Even in
Because
wherever we
it's-
go, you're always on the dating apps.
I'm looking to what is more exciting than love and work? Those are the two things that Freud says that are in our lives. Love and work.
I think we're saving this for Cam's uppers.
We're not fucking saving this for Cam's uppers.
All right, so this is the reason
Love
you've
and work.
rationalized it's
Work,
okay.
You already hear all about it. Love. Well, I got no love in the life.
No love in the life.
No love in the life. And so, how do I find love? On these stupid fucking apps.
What do people do before the apps?
I don't know, but I feel like every other week I'm deleting the app. I'm never going to use it. I'm only going to meet people in person.
I've heard you say that a number of times.
I saw a friend meet someone in person on the street the other week. Did I even talk about this on the show already?
No, but you've told me about it, and I would like to hear what
I
he
was
did.
floored by it.
Yeah.
We're walking around at 10 p.m. at night. We're walking past a bar, and this girl kind of like walks out, and she's like yelling at her friend about some Vespa, which is like a little scooter on the side of the road. And next thing you know, he's striking up a conversation with this girl. I'm standing idly by like a fucking dildo. I think we talked about this on the show.
No. We've talked about it with Deez because Deez was like, well, I told you how you should pick up women. He thinks he's the authority.
Okay, well, I watch this kid. I've never been more floored in my life.
What do you think his major takeaway is?
He told me that it's all energetic.
Ah, please.
He's like, if I'm grounded and I'm centered and being a very like a
All
real
right.
man, I can talk to someone with confidence.
So maybe that's the problem, and you're not grounded.
Well, I was inspired by this experience. So I tried to talk to someone at your pool.
How'd that go for you?
It was a fucking nightmare.
Okay. Oh, you always blame things on me.
You got some shitty ass people in your apartment building.
I'm so sorry.
I went up to this girl and I didn't know even what the fuck to say to her. I don't know.
What did you? I'm afraid to hear what you said.
I honestly, I forgot some stupid shit. I would just plopped out of me, and she like responded. She's like, and then she goes, okay, have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
We're in the middle of a conversation.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
In other words, get the fuck away from me. You're bothering me during my son time.
I think I said, oh, okay. What the fuck kind of comment is, okay, have a nice day? When do you say that to someone?
It basically was saying, get the fuck out of my son.
What the fuck is that? And then I look down at her fucking slippers and it says, fuck off.
Oh, she has some hostility.
I should never have gone out. I should have said, fuck off. And then I said, oh, sorry. I was just reading your fucking slippers. You piece of
You
shit.
should have totally said that.
It's not an energetic thing. She's a fucking bitch.
Okay, I think it's a numbers game. And I think it's also a matter of
it makes me never want to
confidence.
talk to someone again. I talked to someone today in a little restaurant.
Yeah.
Try to compliment her shoes. I realize it's not good to just try to get information from someone when you're approaching them. Like, it's not good to say, like, hey, ooh, I'm so dumb.
Where'd you get those shoes?
It's dumber. I said, do those shoes have a name?
Okay. Do those shoes have a name? Is
She's
one
like,
of the worst pickup lines.
Converse? And I was like, yeah, but are they like a special kind of Converse?
Okay.
Because they were unusual Converse. I figured that it's the type of shoe that would have a name.
That is something like Larry David would ask.
Well,
What is wrong with you? This
I
is
don't
what
know,
you
it's
asked. Do
just
those
a
shoes
weird
have a name?
conversation.
Yeah, it's a weird conversation because that's a weird question.
Well, what do you want me to say?
Do those shoes have a name?
When
Is
was the
not
last
what
time
I'd
you
want
had
to.
sex, and would you like to make a change to that?
You know what? I had this when your dad first passed away, and one of the first times I went out, I had these two guys walk up to our table, me and my friends. I couldn't believe the question. like, are you guys married? No, single. We're widows, but we didn't kill them. This was usually the typical banter back and forth. And then the next question was always, how long has it been since you have had sex?
And then what do you say?
I say, none of your fucking beeswax. That's what I say.
Beeswax.
What is that kind of question? You don't ask that question.
Well, so what is a better question that I should be asked? In this situation, she has cool shoes on. Maybe I just go up to her and say, hey, cool shoes. Where'd you get them?
No.
Why not?
Now, where'd you get them?
Where'd
That's
you get
again,
'em?
like, what do you need to ask questions for like that for?
Well, what am I going to say? Cool shoes.
No, I would say something like, first of all, if someone has a tattoo, they love talking about it.
Some people don't like talking about it.
I've never met someone who did not like telling you if they didn't want that tattoo.
I've talked to girls who say, don't you dare ask about my tattoos.
Who are you hanging around with?
I don't know.
Well, those are not good people.
Okay.
Most people like talking about themselves.
Okay, picture this. You're in the sweet green.
Yes.
You're picking up the food.
Yes.
Cute girl is there. She's wearing cool shoes.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, I'm going to practice talking to humans.
Okay.
What do you say?
Hey, those shoes are really cool.
That's exactly what I fucking just said.
No, you didn't. You said, where'd you get them?
No, I said, what? First of all, I said, what are they? What's its name?
What's its name is not what I said. I just said, those are cool shoes.
I can't believe I asked her, what is the name of your shoes? Well,
You want to really throw
so
someone off?
Dumb.
I've done this a number of times. You look like someone familiar. And who do people say you look like? Because I can't put my finger on it.
Okay, so my friend, how he picked up this girl, he said he made a joke about her name when she gave it to him, and he was like, hey, did we match on Hinge? And she was like, I don't think so. And he started pulling out his phone.
That's a
goes,
little, I
didn't-
don't like that. That's very aggressive.
I didn't really do that. And then he goes, no, I deleted Hinge actually, but I will take down your number.
Ah, so that's kind of like a way of saying I'm above these dating apps, but I could take down your number.
Yeah.
It's confidence.
There was some serious
you know
confidence.
What? Honestly, it doesn't matter what
That's
you're
what he's
talking about.
talking
It's the way you say it.
Mom, that's exactly what he said. It's all about the energetic bullshit that he was talking about.
Not energetic, but it's just basically confidence.
Whatever you want to call it.
Just being confident in yourself and stop being so worried about. But you don't have to go up and say something stupid like, "Well, what do you call those shoes?"
I don't know, Mom. I'm learning. Next
You're
time,
like a little teenager.
I'm learning. I don't know. Once the
Why don't you not
conversation
play
is up
games?
and when this conversation is up and running, I'm fine.
Can I just say something?
What?
Just go out with an older woman. You can say any stupid
Where am
thing
I
you
finding
want.
older women?
I don't know, but I'm
And
thinking.
what am I going to start? I'm going to start having I'm going to go out with an older woman. She's not going to be able to have a child with me. Was that going to be good?
You're just going out for the practice.
Practice?
Yeah, practice of dating.
All right. Moots, you want to know one of the biggest turnoffs for me?
What?
Smoking cigarettes.
I 100% agree. It's disgusting. The
I don't
breath.
like this. I'm not going to kiss a mouth that had cigarettes in it.
What about your teeth being yellow from it?
But it's hard to quit.
But we have the solution.
We do. We are delighted to say we are sponsored by a new sponsor called Fume.
Fume is a natural inhaler designed for better, safer, and in a natural way to quit cigarettes.
That's right.
It's a no smoke, no vape, and no nicotine replacement for the hand-to-mouth habit of smoking. It's habitual. You just want to stick something in your mouth.
Fume handcrafts these beautiful wooden inhalers, and they send you what they call cores, which are infused with plant oils studied to curb cravings. And all their flavors are 100% natural, so no harmful chemicals, no artificial flavors, absolutely no nicotine. It's a very natural way to quit smoking. Fume has received thousands of 5-star reviews from smokers who have tried everything else, and this was the only thing that freaking worked.
I'm going to give it to my friends who are still addicted to smoking.
Do it, mother. I mean, it's a wonderful thing for me to even have on the desk. It's a great hand-to-mouth situation.
If you know someone who is addicted to smoking, trying to quit smoking, or even still has craving from when they did quit smoking, this is the thing for you.
Whether you are a smoker or ex-smoker who still struggles with cravings, Fume is the perfect tool for you. Head to breathefume.com/mom and use promo code MOM to save 10% off your entire order. That's 10% off your entire order when you go to breathefum.com/mom and use code MOM. It's a wonderful way to curb your addiction. What's going on in your life, Mother?
Oh, lots of stuff is going on. Well, for one thing, my friend Monique, who is a stand-up comedian, Monique Marvez, she's been on our show. She and I were discussing the whole situation with the Supreme Court and the abortion being illegal situation.
Right.
And we've come up with an idea.
Yes.
We saying all women should close the vag until they go reinstate the Roe versus Wade.
You want to boycott sex until they reinstate Roe versus Wade.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this.
Isn't that a great call?
This is a phenomenal call.
That'll teach all those old men on the Supreme Court.
I was thinking how stupid this is for the whole country to do this.
Yeah, why are they doing this? Is this a fucking Handmaid's Tale?
Well,
What's
it's the
going
whole
on?
idea that, you're protecting these unborn
But
children.
no child can be viable.
People have differing opinions, but it doesn't really fucking matter. It's the person. You have to give value to the person that's a fucking full-fledged human. Over
Right.
Give them the choice to do what they want. But anyway, what's so dumb though? Here's what's amazing. How scary? Just imagine this. How much scarier would sex be if there were no abortions? Are you fucking kidding me? I would be terrified.
Well, guess what? You live in a blue state, thank God. But
Thank
if you
God.
didn't, you'd never have sex.
I wouldn't even jerk off in a place that could potentially someone could lay in and accidentally get a little goop on.
Well, first of all, you're probably okay with that. Although I heard that
I would fucking jizz into a vacuum cleaner.
you jizz in a vacuum cleaner. You're gonna
The
jizz in a
my
vacuum
little
cleaner.
worms can't get anywhere fucking close to an egg.
I can just see if you were about to ejaculate, you'd probably say, "I'll be right back," and go to the bathroom, jack off in the toilet, and wipe it down, sterilize it with Lysol, and come back out.
I wouldn't feel comfortable taking my underwear off in bed with someone. Seriously, because who knows? It gets on the fingers. Next thing you know, you're fingering. Then next thing you know, they're pregnant, and then you can't do shit about it. Are you kidding me? It sounds horrible.
And they are trying to outlaw the morning after pill too, which is really insane.
Oy. We don't love to get political on the show, but
But
this
we
was
have to get political.
This was so disappointing to me that I couldn't even jerk off that night. That I
You
learned
must
about
have
this.
that must have been very disappointing.
I was
right?
extremely distressed by this information.
Well, who isn't? I mean, I've been obsessed with it. Everyone I know is obsessed with it. It's just it's something we didn't protect. It's just like all my life I had assumed, because I knew kids in college, my friends, that had gotten abortions. And they got abortions because they did stupid things like, oh, whoops, didn't expect it to slip in there for even a minute. And then next thing you know, they got pregnant.
And what's dumb about this, though, is that by not legalizing it, people are still going to get abortions. They're just not
going to go back alley abortions.
Back fucking alley, stupid, not safe.
Perforating their uterus with a hanger.
How horrible.
Terrible.
Because it's terrible to have a fucking a child that it's bad for the child not to be in the world when someone wants them to be there, and it's bad for the parent who has to raise a child that they don't want to fucking raise.
Especially if they already have like 2 or 3 kids and they can't afford those.
Oi, let's not get political.
Let's not get political, but you and I are on the same page apparently. Anyway,
I was very distressed by this whole fucking shit.
I think it's time though to lighten it up with a little hit on or shit on.
Hit on or shit on.
We've got a lot of comments lately. We got a couple viral videos on TikTok that are over 1 million. And these people that watch these shows get very heated.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What are they saying, Mother?
Well, apparently Wildfire 0827 says, "Why does your mom have no emotion? It scares me." What does that mean? First of all, that's a shit on. Or is it?
Yeah, I would say that's a shit on for sure.
Yeah, what if no emotion? I'm very emotional.
I think maybe it's the facial expressions.
My facial expressions are not emotional?
They're not. You don't have as many wrinkles as most people do.
Oh, you're saying it's a hit on.
It might be a hit on in this situation.
Or you're just trying to say that I have too much Botox.
No, I'm not saying that.
What are you saying?
You have a very natural look to you. You don't have the wrinkles that a lot of. I once knew a clown with like a ton of wrinkles because he was contorting his face in so many different ways, and you don't have that at all.
Thank you. So that's a hit on.
I wouldn't say it's.
All right. Well, Andrew.
It's definitely a shit on.
Andrew Howard.
Howard?
Andrew Howard, 66.
Yeah, Howard.
Andrew Howard, 66. And whenever someone puts 66, I think it's either the devil.
Definitely.
Or they're born in 66 and they're trying to do some age joke.
Okay.
But in this case, I'm going with the latter.
Okay.
He said, "There are so many mommy issues with this. What the fuck? I'm sick to my stomach."
Wow.
So first of all, obviously that's a shit on. But second of all, you know what I wrote back to him? Why do you think this triggers you?
Oh, a little fucking push
I
it
threw
right back.
right back on that little
Why
Howard,
does this
Andrew
trigger
Howard,
you?
66.
You fucking nailed him, Mother.
You know,
That would be a shit on, by the way,
it's a shit
just
on,
for the
but
record.
Why are you watching this and commenting. What?
That's what you're doing with your head. Why are you watching this?
See, I do put emotions. And if you guys want to watch this, you can go to youtube.com/sextalkwithmymom and see it in the full video
you tell us
format.
if you see any emotion going on.
See if there's emotion. See, I can still lift my eyebrows. I haven't had that much Botox. You may need some.
By the way, I had my hair cutter cut my fucking eyebrows because
They look better. The eyebrows need to be less bushy.
Why do people always tell me on the internet that I have to cut my eyebrows?
Well, sometimes the thick eyebrows kind of makes you look like
like Eugene Levy.
Yes.
I don't look like Eugene.
You probably
Levy.
want to look like him though.
Yeah,
He's so
I would
funny.
love that. The clowns tend to look better if they have thicker
All right,
eyebrows.
you're back on the clown train again.
All right. Eat me a Mario 2009 says, "This is so odd to say to your mom."
And then you know what I
Why did you
responded to
collect
that?
These are a bunch of fucks.
I responded by, "We are odd."
Got him.
I got him again, didn't I?
We are odd.
The next one is really bizarre.
Yeah.
User 867 and a bunch of numbers. When people have a bunch of numbers, that just says to me that they are not confident enough to give themselves a name.
Okay. It could just be that maybe they deleted their account or something like that.
I mean, there's a guy on my YouTube live streams, and his name is Loser01, and I'm like, why are you calling yourself a loser?
Oh.
He goes, it was from a long time ago, and I'm kind of stuck.
It's stuck. It's a cute nickname.
I guess he likes it. So he explained it. But this guy goes, user 8675309-72773 said, nice for a mom to respect their daughter.
What the fuck?
So, okay. I am
Wait.
Yeah. I just took it straight. I copied and pasted. So don't.
Am I the daughter in this?
Yes. I'm not the daughter. You're the daughter.
It's offensive. That's offensive, and it kind of offends me that you would choose to share that. Of all the comments that we get, hundreds of comments, you choose this is the one you're going to copy and paste into our document.
I just thought it was funny that he thought you were a daughter.
Where's the one? There was one that started talking about my voice.
I don't know, but Sophia's mama did say, "I'm in love with your mom" with a heart.
That's nice.
That one I say is a hit on.
That's a hit on. So you're trying to sweeten it up in the back at the end. Okay.
And you're saying that there's one that it was even worse?
Okay. I found one that's from Caxman who says, is it crazy that I can now listen to the podcast again? I thought he was the biggest fucking weird looking dude by his voice. I couldn't take it. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, so now he saw you on
You
TikTok?
wrote that's a shit on. And then he writes, you guys fucking rock.
Oh.
I don't know how to interpret this.
He had a shift in how he felt about you. He thought you were a real big nerd.
Wait, no. Not a really big nerd. He said the weirdest looking, biggest fucking weird looking dude by his voice.
Okay, so he listened to the podcast.
And he's creating an image of me in his mind.
Like, who would you say he was like what celebrity would you say he was thinking you were looking like?
Are you suggesting Lin-Manuel Miranda
no,
again?
No, Lin-Manuel's cool. I'm suggesting to someone really weird looking like
biggest
Kramer.
Fucking weird looking dude.
Probably like someone like Kramer on Seinfeld.
I would never imagine, like I'm hearing someone's voice and I imagine a big fucking weird looking dude.
Okay. Well, but then he switched when he saw you in person.
I'm doing a little review here of the name Caxman. Okay. I'm imagining someone just with a fucking asshole-ish face.
An asshole-ish face.
Yes, who's fucking shitting on people on the internet.
Okay, don't get so upset about these things because you're right. I don't even put like the list of thousands of comments that are complimentary.
Thank you. That's
it's
nice.
They're just boring after a while. You get so many compliments.
Okay, what's this last one, Mother?
The last
From
one,
Father Bat.
The last one actually was not a hit on or shit on. So I was just like to conclude the hit on or shit ons.
And that is hit on or shit on. What did you want to share?
I wanted to share that this was a recap of a very popular, like I said, we had a viral video about weed and sex where we had a little disagreement.
Okay.
In that I think it's a wonderful thing to have during sex, and you don't see it that way.
I never said that.
Well, you kind of like insinuate there's something wrong with me.
You push me in a corner and you put words in my mouth.
All right, well, you tell me what your thoughts are.
We just fine during sex.
We just fine during sex.
But if you want it, it's great.
Right. Well, I think people were very...
I think what it is you can't have sex without weed.
So?
Well, I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying
Are you
that's
insinuating there's something wrong that because I can, okay, put it this way. I can have sex without weed, but will my orgasm be the same?
no.
It would be better with weed.
Who knows? Maybe if you're very present and sober, you can get into the subtleties.
I've had sober sex
When?
many times in my life.
When you conceived me, were you sober or not?
Who the hell remembers? I don't remember.
Who remembers?
I don't remember these things. My point being is that if you eat and you're high, it tastes better. If you listen to music at a concert when you're high, I once had to sneak in the bathroom, get high when I was with you and your brother. You know, Fleet Foxes?
Yeah.
I snuck into the bathroom, took a hit, and came back, and you guys never knew it.
I definitely knew. Okay, so what is this comment from Father Bat?
I'm going to put my glasses on for this one. People on YouTube, you get to see me with my glasses on. I look a little like a librarian. There's been scientific studies that prove lots of cannabinoid receptors are in the female reproductive system and that weed can enhance sex for women. Booyah!
So you have scientific backing that what you have thought to be true is actually true.
Yes, there's reason for why I say sex is better.
I don't think anyone is saying that you're wrong.
Well, apparently you have been a little opinionated about my orgasms.
I'm not in your body. I'm not in the room. Thank God. I'm not even in the apartment when you're orgasming.
I know, but you have opinions about it anyway. Like usual, you're very opinionated.
I didn't say anything. You want to have.
You're very opinionated.
You want to have weed sex? I don't care.
If I'm not fully present and like,
it's not true.
Not fantasizing and not thinking about ex-lovers or glory holes. If I'm doing, would you ever have sex while watching porn?
Yes, I would.
Thank you.
Why do I feel like I'm on the stand?
Case closed.
I feel like I'm on.
I don't know, but my glasses are so.
Yes, Judge,
up.
I would.
My glasses are so fucked up. One eye is for distance. One eye is for reading.
You can't see what the fuck is going on right now.
I feel like I'm blind as a bat right now. I'm dizzy. But I have it. It's time for Mom's News. And I have to put my glasses right back on again because this one is a doozy.
Mom's News.
Mom's News.
Mom's News. Oh boy, what do we got this week, Mother? For our listeners, this is a segment where my mother shares earth-shattering, groundbreaking, need-to-know info.
Okay, this actually was brought to me by your sister.
Oh, that's great.
Who doesn't tend to like to get into anything like this, but she couldn't resist. And she found it in the NewYorkPost.com, which I've many times found great articles there.
I don't think you've ever used a source as reputable as the New York Post, and I believe the New York Post started as kind of like a tabloid.
It is, and it's still a tabloid. Yeah. Okay, anyway, but there's nothing wrong with getting your news from tabloids.
Okay.
The title is, "My penis fell off, but it regrew on my arm. Now I'm a real man again. How could I resist this?"
What?
You heard it. How could I resist this as a piece of Mom's news?
Wait, my penis fell off, but it regrew on my arm?
Yes, now I'm a real man again.
What happened here?
A man who lost his penis due to severe blood.
He lost his penis. He's like, traveling and he left one in a train or something like that. What is it?
Found. Remember Lorena Bobbitt? She cut off her husband's penis and then threw it on the side of the road, and they found it and reattached it.
Oh my God.
I don't know if you knew about that. But anyway, this is similar. A man who lost his penis due to a severe blood infection had an artificial member surgically attached to his nether region 6 years after it was designed by doctors. I feel like a man again, says Malcolm McDonald, 47. There's a documentary detailing his extraordinary detail. I have got to watch this documentary.
Yeah, you got to watch this.
So I guess he was a mechanic. He resided in England and was left mortified back in 2010 when his penis just dropped off onto the floor. Sorry for laughing. After he suffered an infection in his perineum.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Now I can just imagine the fear that's in you that one day your dick is just going to fall off.
I was just thinking, well, how do you get the severe blood infection?
I don't know, but he did. Okay, anyway, surgeons subsequently manufactured a new penis for the father of two using a skin flap on his left arm. They planned to move the man-made member down to his pubic area, but were forced to stop the operation due to lack of oxygen in his blood. So he was left with the artificial phallus poking out of his forearm.
Wait. How does it end up on the forearm?
They have a whole diagram here.
What happened here? What happened?
I guess they first wanted to get it attached before they did anything else. And like, when you lose a tooth, you have to put it in as soon as possible.
Okay.
So the penis fell off. So they had to immediately put it somewhere. They're not going to put it right where it needs to be. So they just put it on his forearm.
Why?
I don't know. Apparently this manhood surgery was delayed for 6 years due to scheduling mix-ups
What?
and staff shortages in COVID-19 pandemic.
The guy's got a penis hanging from his arm? Is this real?
Yes.
No way.
Apparently it was. Oh, see, he was.
Is he fucking people with his arm?
He was profiled back in the Post, the same tabloid, back in 2020. Eventually became used to having the appendage on his arm. People ask me about it when they see me in the pub, and of course people make jokes, he stated at the time. But I get it. It's not every day you see a man with a penis on his arm. Of course, I see the funny side. I have to. I don't have any other option. Well.
Oh my God.
Is required reading today to all your sneaky freaks, or I should say required watching. You should watch a new documentary called The Man with a Penis on His Arm.
By the way, all the images in this article, they blur out the dick on his arm. For some reason, that's very funny to me. Like, for some...
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
You can't see a dick if it's on an arm. Like, I feel like if it's on the arm, who cares?
Well, apparently...
That's a hilarious thing.
They are trying to keep young watchers like yourself from getting traumatized. It could trigger someone to have a penis on your arm.
Unbelievable.
Well, I can go on and on. I'm about to have a laughing attack, so I think we should move on.
I like that he is actually proud of it. And he says, not many can say they have a designer penis.
That's true. Think about that.
All right. Thank you for sharing that incredible news, Mother.
I have to thank my daughter, Jessica, for sharing this with me so that I can
very
share it
much.
with you all and spread this need-to-know information throughout the world.
That was Mom's news.
Mom's news.
Mom's news.
Just out of curiosity. Let's just say you were doing some yard work or something and you took a saw and by accident slid off your dick.
Yes.
What would you do?
I would immediately grab it and go to the hospital and hope they put it into my genitals, my genital region, as opposed to my arm.
Well,
What would you do?
I immediately grab it and hope they put it in my genital region.
I would not even expect, I don't even know why I would ask, oh, hey, make sure it's where the dick usually goes as opposed to on my forearm.
There has to be a scientific reason why they couldn't do it at the time.
I don't know why. Of all the news, there was like a critical detail of the news that you did not share. So you should basically just share there's a guy with a dick on his arm.
I know.
All right.
Apparently the surgery was successful though.
All right, Mike. All right, it's time for it's the time of the show where you guys have all been waiting for.
Oh yeah.
The time of the show where your asshole just like opens up a little bit wider.
What?
Where your areolas get a little more aroused and inflamed. Where the backs of your knees start tingling.
A back of your knee.
They're in a erogenous zone.
Oh.
It's Cam's Uppers.
Cam's Uppers is the place to be. Fun living is the life for me.
It's Cam's Uppers, the segment of the show where I share something near and dear to my heart, something that my mother typically finds
Extremely boring.
or
Boring.
Okay.
Dull.
It's Cam's Uppers.
Doldrums.
Okay. I'm going to share a quote from the Dalai Lama.
Oh God, I knew this was coming.
I don't know which Dalai Lama this actually was.
There's more than one?
Many generations of Dalai Lamas,
okay.
except now it's not continuing onward.
What?
Yeah, this is the final Dalai Lama apparently.
Maybe because the dick is attached to the arm?
Yes, this Dalai Lama has a dick attached to his arm, and they said they can't replicate it. Anyway.
Wait, why are they not having more Dalai Lamas?
They said that this is the end. I don't know.
That's kind of frightening because maybe there's a reason. Maybe the world's going to end and it's when they're not
You don't
needed.
need to read into this.
Right.
Anyway, I have a quote here from him. He says, remember...
What number of Dalai Lama was this?
The whole reason I brought up this is the final Dalai Lama, I'm not sure which, is because I don't know which Dalai Lama this was.
Okay. Well, was it one of the early ones?
I don't know the fucking number, Mom.
I just would like to get context. I'm not getting
We're
any
going to call it the
context.
14th Dalai Lama.
Out of how many?
I don't know.
Why don't we know this? Why don't we know how many Dalai Lamas there are?
All right, I'm
ever?
looking it up.
How many
Dalai Lamas have there been? 14 Dalai Lamas.
14.
And I think this might be the 14th because that
You
number
said 14.
I know. I think this is the
So
most
is
recent Dalai Lama.
Okay, there you go. Thank you. See, I had to push you a little to get to the bottom of this situation.
Okay, so this Dalai Lama said, remember that sometimes not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck.
I disagree.
What?
Who doesn't want? Okay, is that like you can't always get what you want, but you try sometime?
No.
You might find.
No,
You get what you
this
need.
is not a fucking Rolling Stone song.
Well,
This is a Dalai Lama quote.
Do you agree with it?
Absolutely.
You always agree with them.
What do you mean?
I think they would not like it if you don't question them.
This is an accurate statement. Sometimes you're praying for something and then you end up not getting it, and it turns out that was a shit thing to pray for anyway.
Well, that just actually happened to my friend Monique.
Don't you dare go into this story again. Are you going to talk about the rape story again?
No, it's not a rape story.
What are you going to...
I was going to say that my friend, she was supposed to get a house, and she found out that there were some problems with the house, and she was disappointed about not getting it. And then when she found out there were problems, she was very happy that she didn't get it.
This is called usurping Cam's uppers.
Okay. Sorry about that.
This is a wonderful thing. This is a wonderful quote to remind yourself of if you feel like you're down on your luck.
This is like the maybe parable.
It's exactly the maybe fucking parable.
I agree with the maybe parable.
Well, then you should agree with the 14th Dalai Lama when he says, remember that sometimes not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck. A wonderful stroke of luck.
Because you think you want something and
Yes.
then you don't get it.
Exactly. That's exactly right. This happens fucking all the time to me.
Really?
All the time.
With women?
This happened with a woman once. I wanted to fuck this person very badly.
And what happened?
For a variety of situations. I can't get into the details.
Okay.
But for the circumstances did not allow for me to have sex with this person.
Okay. And what happened? You found out she had some incurable disease?
No.
What?
It's not true.
What?
I found out she was a little cuckoo.
Little cray-cray?
And I'm very happy that I didn't go in that direction. That was a wonderful stroke of luck.
Maybe, energetically speaking,
Yeah.
you had this vibe that this was a bad idea.
I could feel energetically. It was like half on, half off. Like
Right.
very invested.
You
And then something in me was like, whoa, something's wrong here.
No, and then you get to that abortion issue again, and you get this person pregnant, and then you're stuck with cray-cray for the rest of your cray-cray life.
Ay.
So it's come full circle here.
We're gonna have a little chalkboard or a whiteboard where I count all the times that you try to usurp Cam's uppers.
Not usurping. I'm just adding
I
flavor.
get one part of the show
I'm
every
adding
goddamn week.
spice and flavor to
And
your
we put
boring
it's the
ass.
final fucking segment of the show. Do you realize it's the last thing that's like it's kind of like the fucking
You know when I said
the
it was
little runt of the litter?
You know when I said it was titillating?
Yes.
That's when I chime in.
Yeah, when you chime in.
When I
Otherwise
chime
it's
in.
boring,
It's
titillating,
usually-
boring.
Yeah, it's boring, doldrums, and titillating is when I chime in.
All right. Thank you for listening to Cam's Uppers.
I love Cam's Uppers.
I want to thank someone today.
We both want to thank someone.
It's the Big Papa Bob B.
Bob B is a very generous guy, sneaky freak. Listened to the show for a long time. We want to thank you.
Bob B, you have made our month. You know why? Because you have given such a huge, generous donation to our Patreon page that it supported our studio costs for this entire month.
Woohoo!
So we cannot thank you enough. It was a huge thing. And when we got the email notification, we were over the fucking
We were
moon.
doing a little dance.
I immediately called you.
Yeah.
And we were celebrating. So
Well,
thank you very much to all of our patrons, especially Bob B. Welcome to the family. And if
come to our Patreon party.
If anyone is enjoying the show, please send us a few shekels.
Yeah.
A few dollars.
A few dollars helps a lot because we aren't really making ends meet, and we want to have this thing in as professional form as it is because we are now on YouTube, so you can watch us there.
We are in the red with the show, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone realized it, but we're losing money to create the show.
Right.
So it is a labor of love, but
it's worth it.
We love it. It's worth it. And your donations make it less of in the red for us personally.
Right.
To do this.
It's very helpful.
And it allows us to connect with you when you join Patreon. We have a wonderful Discord channel that you can connect with all the other sneaky freaks as well. But we do a monthly Zoom call.
And there's content on there that is nowhere else to be found because we don't air some of our favorite content and we keep it there for the patrons.
And our next patron party will be on Wednesday, May 11th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. If you are around, please join us.
We always have fun and you will see all kinds of crazy ass animals.
That's right. I also want to thank everyone who's left us a rating and a review.
I think that's a wonderful idea. Do you have a review for us?
We do. This one says orgasmic, 5 stars. Hysterical, relevant, progressive, and surprisingly thought-provoking. These two are it.
I like being the it, capitalized.
From Maldi Michelle, who's
Thank
been
you,
on the
Muffin.
show.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's the horny cougar, the horny widow.
The horny widow.
Yeah.
Well,
thank you to everyone who supported our show.
And then we would love it if you guys would leave a rating and review on ratethispodcast.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Ratethispodcast.com/mom.
Oops, ratethispodcast.com/mom.
And on that note, Mother,
I'm going to sing them out. And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and having a penis stuck on your army.
Army. Army is correct. It is a real word.
It is?
It was used not in the correct context.
Yes.
Yeah. But you made it rhyme. It was very impressive.
Thank you.
Please don't forget to share this with a friend. We love you guys so much.
Bye-bye, you little sneaky freaks.
Bye-bye.
You were listening to a Pleasure Podcast. For more from our Sex Podcast Collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.